In the annals of parliamentary absurdity, this might just take the crown. On the 22nd of July 2025, the Russian state Duma managed to achieve what not even necromancers dared to claim. A dead MP, Mikhail Tarasenko, voted 11 times in a single legislative session. And this, remember, is a country where rumours persist that the president himself may already be dead and replaced by a phalanx of doppelgangers. Welcome to Russia in 2025, a regime so hollowed out it resembles a mausoleum more than a government. Let's begin with Mikhail Tarasenko, a 77-year-old United Russian MP and long-standing fixture of the Duma since 2007. And on the morning of July the 22nd, he reportedly cast 11 votes, 10 in favour, 1 against. Notably, he didn't vote on the key bill censoring online searches for extremist content, a bill critics say takes Russia even further down the road of digital totalitarianism. But we're starting that journey ourselves in the UK with the Online Safety Act. Then, just after 2:08 p.m, Speaker Vyacheslav Volodin stood and solemnly announced Tarasenko is dead, gravely ill. The illness has proved stronger. Let that settle in. He was officially dead before the session ended, yet his votes are duly recorded. How is this possible? The Duma's own rules allow proxy voting with another MP wielding the card. No legal breach, perhaps, but a moral travesty, because the real scandal is not the technicality, but the sheer banality with which the corpse is conscripted into legislative rubber stamping whatever Putin wants. The ghoulish farce invites a broader question. Who else in Russia is voting long after their political life or literal life has expired? Enter Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. According to unconfirmed but persistent reports from channels on Telegram and insider leaks, Putin may have died on or around the 23rd of October 2023. And the most widely circulated account suggests he collapsed in his Valdai residence from a cardiac arrest. Emergency doctors were reportedly helicoptered in but declared him clinically dead. Immediately the residence was sealed, phones disabled, and the Kremlin apparatus switched into full crisis containment mode. He was stuffed into a smeg fridge and thereafter replaced. The claim goes a body double was quietly ushered in while the actual Putin was placed in cold storage. Literally, smeg, smeg! The idea of Putin in a fridge became a shorthand among dissident Telegram users for the morbid possibility that Russia is now run by a simulacrum. At first this sounded far-fetched, but it is even more far-fetched. It's not much more far-fetched than a dead MP voting 11 times, than a regime where top judges, generals and oligarchs keep dying in suspicious circumstances, only to be replaced by pliant nobodies, where people fall out of windows for no particular reason, and a system where you can't tell who's alive, who's missing, who's mouthing others' orders via ventriloquism. We must understand the symbolic function of death in authoritarian regimes and the nature of ventriloquism. Who's got their hand up somebody's backside, controlling what they're saying? Who's got his hand up Putin's backside? In democracies, death removes power. In tyrannies, death is repurposed to reinforce it. The Russian state has long flirted with theatricality, stage-managed elections, Potemkin electronic economic figures, and presidential photo ops in icy lakes with tigers. The alleged Putin doubles, of which at least 3 distinct variants have been noted by forensic analysts, are merely the logical endgame of this nonsense. If the body politic is already a fiction, what does it matter if the head of state is too? And in the Duma, Tarasenko's posthumous votes are not an error, they are a feature. A dead man doing what the living do every day in Putin's parliament. Voters instructed, say nothing, question nothing, so here we are. A country where the dead legislate, the possibly dead govern, and the living are expected to pretend that everything is fine. It would be funny if it weren't so terrifying, because a zombie regime, unlike a live one, can't reform or be reasoned with. It only decays, drips. And when even death no longer draws a line in politics, one must ask what's left of Russia's future that isn't already embalmed. Mikhail Tarasenko may be buried soon, but the real tombstone belongs to the Russian state, which seems intent on ruling from the grave.